Hey guys, well listen, I want to start with an apology for not being consistent with my content over the last 30 plus days, and the reason is well, I've been struggling mentally because I went through a really bad month. I lost my little brother. He was 2 years younger than me, and he passed away from multi-system organ failure, and it was a really tragic situation. My parents had to make the tough decision to remove him from life support, and while I was down for that, life decided to kick me again, and 2 days after my brother passed away, I got a call from a really close friend's wife where she informed me that he was also on life support and he ended up passing away the next day. And little Max Robert and I were just at their house just a couple of weeks before. It was just a really tough situation, and then followed that up with the passing of Brian Barczyk, which was absolutely tragic as well. And I really struggled a little bit over this last month, and I want you to know I'm okay and everything's fine now, but I really did struggle, and I just want you to know that there is support out there for you if you're struggling with your mental health or anything like that. And in fact, if you do find yourself in need, here's a phone number for you to call. Just don't ignore it. It can get really bad. But anyway, with that guys, sorry about the sadness. I really am excited to show you these super rare turtles that we now have living happily in a garage pond. So with that guys, let's get into this today.
What is going on, everybody? Well, we are heading out for two reasons today. Number one is to say farewell to this friend of mine because he is heading out to join the Special Forces of the United States Navy.
We've been up since 3:30.
And he needs somebody to take care of some of his animals. So we're going to be picking these animals up today.
Well, we made it to our destination. We have our buckets, we have our totes, and we're gonna see what we're getting into today, but we're taking a lot of stuff back to the house today. Let's get into this. All right, guys, well, let's just stop for just a second and set up this video, because honestly, by this point now, Pyrotoad is probably half buried in the sand in San Diego, California, where he is going through his Navy training, and he'll come back later on and see this video and see what's happening with his animals. But I just wanted to kind of set it up for you real quick. So Pyrotoad is a friend of mine. We filmed many videos together. He helped me build my paludarium. He taught me all kinds of things about terrarium building and all this kind of stuff. Well, he called me and he said, hey, you know, I'm going off to the Navy. This is something I've always wanted to do. It's been my dream, but I've got all of these super rare turtles that I need somebody to take care of, and I don't trust anybody but you, Chris. So can you come get them, take care of them for me, make all the content you want with them? And you know, he even offered to pay for vet bills and food and everything. I told him absolutely not. So today we are going, or we're there now in the video. I'm just stopping to kind of set this up, but we are picking up all of Pyrotoad's rare turtle collection, and we're gonna bring those back home and set them up at my house in a garage pond to take care of them until he makes it out of the Navy and comes home safe and sound. So with that guys, let's get right into Pyrotoad showing us each one of his turtles. And I really am truly grateful for you guys watching. Thank you very much, and let's get back into this video. Do they have names?
Yeah, this is Jar Jar. I feel like Jar Jar Binks on Star Wars.
There you go, Jar Jar.
Yeah, this guy is unnamed.
It's Precious. Precious, okay. Oh, these are big. I used to have a razorback musk turtle.
Yeah,
So no name on the Razorbacks?
this is one of the albinos. This is a sibling to the one over here. Some of these guys have more of a red streak, but this guy is actually orange on him, which is pretty unique, and that's mainly just because of a genetic difference, but nothing crazy with that guy. This is one of the other albinos. I call them like cinnamon and toast, just because they look kind of like
Cinnamon and toast.
But my mom has another name for them as well. These guys are Liveline Cinnamon Albino Red-eared Sliders. So that's where that color comes from, where it's kind of yellow like an albino, but they have black streaks. So these are really cool. Some of my favorite. And the head on this guy is insane looking. Moving on, we've also got 3 more, 2 that are in this tub and 1 more that I have pulled separately. Here we have another albino red-eared slider. My mom also has a name for this one. I don't really have much of a name for these guys, except they're pretty mean, so sometimes I call them like the jerks, but these 2 are both related. I'm gonna grab the other one real quick. Here are the other 2. So these are the jerks. These guys are also related here. They look almost identical. The main way I can tell is this one's red stripes are a little bit more red, and this one has a little bit more of an orange stripe color. But these 2 are related. Once again, they look very similar. They're very blind. These guys are terribly, terribly blind. And that goes for most albino turtles, and these guys in particular are pretty bad at seeing things, so that's a little fun aspect about them. But these guys are really cool. We'll move them over here to the tub, but I know they're going to a good home. I'm gonna miss them. Go ahead and add these guys to their tub, just like so. There they go. Wow, goodbye kiddos, goodbye. And then here we have my personal favorite. Right now he's kind of recovering from a mild injury right here. But this is Splash. And he gets that name because whenever he's in the water, especially when it comes to feeding time, all he does is splash. He splashes and splashes and splashes. He's pretty bad about it, but it's kind of what gives him his personality. Once again, he's getting picked on by some of the other turtles, so he has these little wounds right here, but they are healing very well. They've been treated as well, so he's on his way to success. We're gonna go ahead and move him over to the tub, and we're gonna go ahead and put Splash in the tub inside of another tub, just so he is not being messed with by these turtles here. And that way we can make sure he is contained in his own environment.
Well, we got all these turtles loaded up and we got our bin, we got everything set up. We're ready to get to the house and get these things completely set up. But I gotta say thanks to this dude right here. Of course. I mean, come on, dude. Like, yeah. This is epic. We're gonna take great care of these turtles. When you get back, you can have them back. They'll be here waiting for you. Just make it back. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Yeah, yeah. So for everybody that doesn't know, if you haven't seen in my videos, Pyro Toad here is off to the Navy. Special operations specifically. We can't talk about where or what, but off to the Navy. So he's going to serve our country, which, listen, it's my privilege to take care of these guys for you. Thanks. Because of guys like this, it kept me out of the pork chop platoon. for anybody that understands. So I appreciate it, man. Yeah, seriously.
Well, I appreciate you taking these turtles for me.
Yeah.
This takes a huge amount of stress off my shoulders. So
well, good.
Going into what I'm going to be doing, my career field here, I know my turtles will be in super great hands, and I know that you guys will have a lot of really awesome content with these animals. So yeah. I'm super excited for that.
Well, good. I appreciate it, man. Seriously. Yeah, seriously.
There we go.
This kid, I've known him since he was like this tall. In fact, we're gonna roll a clip right here.
What's up, guys? Pyro Toad here. I'm actually gonna be doing a mini meet and greet with 2 of my favorite YouTubers, Finatic and Christopher Scott.
Yeah, do you like that? That was
little me.
That was little you in the car to come meet me and Brenton at the Serpentarium in Plano. Like you were tiny, dude. It's great. So we've had a friendship since, and everything's been great. So, and now he's off to serve the country. Yep. So,
and when I come back, this YouTube thing will continue.
Yeah,
certainly. We got
strap a GoPro on while you're fighting terrorists.
Fighting combat right there.
So
you'll see it on the next Christopher Scott video.
That's it. That's it. All right, guys. Well, we got the trailer unloaded. We got all the turtles out. We got the tub in. We need to start setting this thing up. So I wanted to stop for just a second and kind of talk about what we're going to be doing. So to start, we have these 2 ledges right here that we built out of blocks, and these are to hold our waterfall heads. So we're going to place one right here, just like that, and then we'll grab the other one and place it on the other side. And the whole purpose of these waterfall heads is to provide both a mechanical and biological filtration. So we're gonna go ahead and get that set up now. So for biological filtration, we have a standard pond filter box, and this pond filter box is going to sit just in the bottom of this pond somewhere and plug in to the back of this guy here. For the second waterfall head, we have this little pond pump that is going to also sit right down inside of this pond. And its whole purpose is just to pump water into this secondary waterfall head, which will provide additional biological filtration. Because in case you didn't know, turtles are dirty creatures and they need a lot of filtration in their setups. So with that, we have our filtration set back up. It's ready to go. We need to go ahead and start filling this thing with water, to be honest with you. And then we'll start putting together what is going in here. Now, part of what we brought back with us is some sand. While this thing is filling with this water, we want to go ahead and dechlorinate this water so we can get this filtration system set back up. And what we're going to use to do that is some of our favorite product from API, which is API Aqua Essential. This stuff is super concentrated and will do perfect for dechlorinating this water. All right, guys, well, we have this thing completely filled up and it's time to go ahead and start getting the hides back in here. And I don't know exactly how they were originally, so we're just gonna start putting stuff in here, making some hides for these turtles. And then we also need to make a platform for our stand for the light system that needs to go on to this turtle pond. And that is simply because these turtles do require UVB light as well as some other things, and we'll talk about that later on. But we wanna go ahead and get these hides back in here. So let's go ahead and start putting this stuff back in here and putting it together. All right, guys, well, we have this thing fully set back up and we're gonna take a look at what's all in here. So we have a couple of cinder blocks down here. They are supporting this basking area that's up here with our mercury bulb that provides UVB, heat, and everything else. It is nice and warm under here. These rocks are nice and warm, not too hot. We have some driftwood, another piece of driftwood over here, a little branch there. We have a couple of hides underneath here that are underwater, and then we of course have our filtration system, and this water has cleared up significantly. Now, I've gone ahead and added some water to a 5-gallon bucket to this tub right here, which includes our little Mississippi mud turtle. It also includes our 2 musk turtles, as well as this little, what is this guy? I don't remember what kind of turtle this is. And then of course our soft shell that is down in here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start by getting all of these guys back in here, because we put some of the water from the tub in here so we could acclimate them to the temperature, because they have been in these tubs for the last 24 hours inside the house where it's been warm. So they're all doing well now. So with that, let's go ahead and get these guys in here. So this little dude right here is like chomping at the bit to get into or out of that tub. So we're gonna start with him right here, and he will be our first turtle to go. Let's put him up here on this piece of driftwood and just see what happens, what he does. And there he goes. Look at him. Right over. He's going somewhere. He's back over there poking his head around, looking around. Next are these little guys. I just grabbed this little Mississippi mud turtle, I believe is what Christian called this one. And this one's got ridges on his back. He's like kind of like Bowser on Mario Brothers. I don't know, but we need a name for this guy. He does not have a name, so let's go ahead and give him a name. But we're gonna start by adding this guy to our driftwood as well, and we want to see what he does. For right now, he's just sitting up there. We'll go ahead and grab this guy, which is one of the musk turtles. Elon is his name. Christian called them the twins, but we're gonna name him Elon. And what? Elon down. Elon down. And there goes Elon's son. He is flipped over. They're both good. He's now up underneath the hide, doing well. And now for the big old soft shell. Oh, the soft shell is on his way looking for a hiding place. Gonna bury himself up underneath the sand. He'll find him a place there. Oh look, One of the musk turtles is already out. And now for the super rare turtles. This right here is, I don't even know what his name is. We need a name for this one too. He's got really prominent orange markings on his ears, which is, you know, for a red-eared slider, that would be red and everything else would obviously be green. But he's looking really good. So we're gonna go ahead and get him into the water up on this piece of driftwood as well and see what he decides to do. He's just kind of chilling. Let's grab another one here. Oh, he is gone. Look at that. He is down in the water. Super cool. Here is number 2. Another rare albino red-eared slider. I think these guys are pretty rare. You guys tell me, what are your thoughts on how rare these actually are? And we need a name for this one as well. That guy is now in there. Here's our 3rd albino red-eared slider. This one's also super cool. We're gonna need a name for this one as well. We're gonna put him right up here. Looks like he's ready to go into the water, and there we go. Look at that guy. So these guys are a special kind of albino, and I don't remember, pretty rare I understand. So what are your thoughts on the rarity of these? And we're gonna go ahead and put these guys, because there's 2 of these, we're gonna put these into the pond right now as well. So let's go ahead and get this guy on to the driftwood, see what he decides to do, and it looks like he's gonna go into the water as well. There he goes, right down to the bottom, and he's hanging out with all of his bros in here. This is another one of those, and we're gonna go ahead and get this guy in here too. So we'll drop him right here on the driftwood, see what he decides to do. And there he goes. All right, one last turtle. This one right here, his name is Splash, apparently. I think this is the only one that really has a name. His name is Splash, and Splash is a super special turtle to Pyrotoad, and apparently this one likes to make a lot of noise and splash a lot, hence the name Splash. So we're gonna see what this is all about. He looks to be the largest of the turtles as well. And there goes Splash. And there with the rest of his turtle brethren. And that, guys, is the last of the turtles. So as you can see right here, we will have one of the smaller albinos right down there. That big one that's underneath the reflection of the light, that's Splash. Right here is one of these black line cinnamon, whatever it's called, another albino here. Right there is the Mississippi mud turtle. I don't know if you can see that guy. There's another one of the black line cinnamons down there. And then apparently the musk turtles you just don't see. They just are never out. I do see one up underneath the platform there, but they're not gonna come out apparently. So here's Splash. Apparently they are super interactive and they do love people. I mean, look at this little guy right here. I'll let you pet him right there on his head, which is so good. And they're just out completely just exploring at the moment. Alright guys, well hopefully you went on to enjoy this video today, and then you've enjoyed watching how we've set up this epic 300-gallon garage pond to care for these super rare turtles. And I also want to wish Pyrotoad absolute good luck. At this point now, he's been gone for almost a month and a half. We filmed this video at the beginning of December. He's been gone for a month and a half, so his basic training should be over very soon, and I'm excited to hear from him to see how that's gone before he goes off to Special Forces training. And I'm really excited for him and the success that he's going to to have in the military. And I am thankful for people like Pyro Toad who dedicate their lives to the safety and security of our country. And for all of you, anybody that's ever served or who will serve, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm truly grateful for all of you. I was not in the military, but I came from a military family. My grandfather was a highly decorated soldier in World War II and on throughout his career. He actually retired from the military after many decades in the United States Army, and I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you that have served our country, so thank you very much. But with that, guys, hopefully you went on to enjoy the video. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Links to both are down below, as well as make sure that you're subscribed and that you've liked this video. And we have another video coming out very soon around this turtle pond that we've already filmed. I'm just in the process of editing it. But with that, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for coming out and watching these videos. Thank you for supporting the channel. And with that, hey, we will see you next time.